I want to watch something since we have the time here. All right, let's go ahead and start now.
Secrets, take me to your leader. Ladies, gentlemen, and Haradrim of all ages, how do you feel about cows? The cow level is an enduring staple of Diablo. Players theorize its existence in the first Diablo game, which arguably was what caused it to exist in the future. Being a genuine part of Diablo 2,
Sorry,
where you
soundtrack.
could combine some specific items to make a
fucking
portal
love
and
that.
then be brought into this insane hell realm, also known as a nice open field with tons of bipedal cows that also have pole arms. This actually became one of the best ways to grind XP in the game for a while too, which is honestly incredibly silly. In Diablo 3 there was not the cow level, which was, well, another cow level, but also there was Whimsydale, a land full of rainbows and ponies, and I have vivid memories of playing this game with my brother and landing here for the first time, just in full confusion,
Oh,
but
okay,
having a really great.
It really was in shitty quality, and I'm not just high. Okay. Hold on a sec. We'll go back and look at that because that was fucking cool looking. This is the kind of shit I was talking about a few minutes ago, where they like kind of took the sensory overload stuff a little bit out of the game. That irks me a little bit. Not as much as this camera being slightly off center, but okay. All right, let's go ahead and start over again.
The game for a while too, which is honestly incredibly silly. In Diablo 3 there was not the cow level, which was, well,
that looks so fucking
level,
sick.
but also there was Whimsydale, a land full of rainbows and ponies, and I have vivid memories of playing this game with my brother and landing here for the first time, just in full confusion, but having a really great time. That said, what's up with Diablo 4 then? The cow level, not the cow level. The concept has now become a staple in the series, and so long-term fans have had one hot question since Diablo 4 came.
Hot Mo steak. I think the cow level is eventually going to be here. I think the devs are just baiting us around just so we can enjoy the first portion of the game a little bit more. It's probably going to drop season 1 if I'm not mistaken, unless they have it in the game already, because there has been data mine stuff that indicates there is a secret level. It is believed to be the secret cow level. All of the items that you find in game pertaining to the a cow level or a secret level have been sort of cow themed. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this plays out. All right, playing it now.
Out, and honestly even a little bit before that. Where is the cow level in Diablo 4? Is there even a cow level in this game? And well, today we are going to talk about all of that. And to put it simply, there is almost definitely a cow level in Diablo 4. It is all but confirmed because of what has been found so far, and while we will go over everything that the community has learned about it, we don't know all of the steps for entry quite yet, so sadly you cannot yet just walk through and experience it for yourself. But maybe soon. Before we begin, I want to point in the direction of the
fucking Druid is such a meme character.
This is full of data miners and other just cow blood hungry players. Almost 10,000 people all gathered together, working hand in hand, trying the silliest things in the weirdest places in an attempt to get to the cow level. This is a public Discord. You can search it up and join, no problem. That said, let's go on a bovine journey. The first step, without a doubt, is this lovely fountain in Kedbar-Du, the capital city of the Dry Steppes. This has 4 oxen statues, one in each corner. You can actually interact with only one of them, which is named the Oxen God of the East, on the eastern side of the fountain. He tells us that one who presents a worthy offering cleansed in these waters may gain their blessing. As well, there is an old tablet that you can interact with in the fountain that tells you, spill their blood to be deemed worthy. As for the
I haven't done this yet. I haven't even really been to the little fountain over here. I really do need to do that. We're going to play Diablo 4 after this is all wrapped up, believe me.
First part, what the Oxen God tells us, we actually know a fair amount about that. Essentially, the quote-unquote quest, though it isn't certain if it would ever actually go in your quest journal, is to find 3 specific relics across the map. Bring them back to this fountain and then cleanse them in the waters, at which point you will be given a key to a hidden cellar. Data mining has told us what these relics are. We know their very general location, what they look like, we know their tooltips, we know what the key looks like when you've cleansed all of them, and we also know where the cellar is that the key opens. But even if you were to accomplish all of that, theoretically there is one more step within the cellar that we
Okay.
have not worked out yet. That said, nobody in the cow level Discord has even confirmed the drop of one of these relics, but it is entirely possible that one of them might have been found. After all, while there are 10,000 people actively a part of this search, there are millions of people playing the game. But
Pausing here. It's so fucking cool when games do that, when the communities all come together and they show you, or they decide we are going to dedicate this portion of the game to finding this little aspect of the game, and I love that so much. Like, it was so much fun when it happened in like a Final Fantasy 14, when it happened multiple times in World of Warcraft, any multiplayer game. It's just so much fun. Like, the Overwatch community has a bunch of instances where people are just playing the game to figure out a little thing. It's just so cool. I enjoy that wholeheartedly. And for those of you who are just now playing this game, enjoy it now. Get those positive memories, burn them in the back of your head, because in about 3 to 4 years, this game will be officially dead, and unfortunately, it'll go the way of the dinosaur. And it's a shame when a great game comes out and it doesn't last nearly as long as you thought once you really do the math for a second. So yeah, remember this day. Remember. Anyway, I'm playing now.
even then, we do know a fair bit about these items. They definitely are not guaranteed drops. They don't seem to be drops from killing any kind of enemy in any specific way, but actually rewards for some sort of event, either like a world event or just something a little bit sneakier that just happens while you're walking by. The first relic is the Bloody Wooden Shard. We know due to data mining that this is found in either Hawazar or Kyrgyzstan, which
supposed to be
obviously
Wert's
is a really
leg.
big area to search. It's 2 entire regions of the game, but we know it's something to do with events that are in those regions. This is, for anyone who knows, for all intents and purposes, Wert's leg in a bag. The prosthetic peg leg of a man who was sadly slaughtered long ago. As the tooltip will tell you, it is a worn, bloodstained chunk of wood with leather straps and the letter W crudely carved onto one side, which seems
Obviously.
like a dead ringer for Wert's leg. This was one of 2 items required to open the portal to the cow level in Diablo 2, and so this quite clearly connects directly to our goals of cow level travel. The second relic is the Musty Tome. This one is found somewhere in either Sko's Glen or the Fractured Peaks.
I'm going to be honest with you, sort of going back to what I was saying a few minutes ago. A lot of these casual players and new players to the Diablo series would absolutely shit their pants if the Identify and Tomb of Town portal was still being used in this game, because it's always fun to go over what you know you're about to be on a badass quest. When you go into town, you sell all your shit, you repair yourself, you replace what you need to replace, you store and bank whatever you need to store and bank, and then you go to Asham, something, the fucking witch bitch in the first landing area. It's always the first landing area for me in Diablo 2. And you fill up your Tomb of Identify and your Tomb of Town portal. You know, shift click. Damn the cost of gold, however much it does cost to, you know, fill them up, because that's always a required thing to do. It's just smart to do, because you'll notice you use your tombs a lot more than you think in that game. Anywho, I'm waxing nostalgic. Let me go ahead and play the video.
And you can tell even by looking at it, but the tooltip pretty much confirms it. This is an aged Tome of Town portal, the item that you used in Diablo 2 to travel around to create portals. It is now old and musty because, well, these days in the modern game, we can create portals without spellbooks. So why would anyone need to keep this in good shape? In any case, a Tome of Town portal was the second item needed to get to the cow level in Diablo 2. And so yes, again, this is quite clearly related to the goal. Then the third relic is the intricate metallic fragment. This appears to be a small piece of the transmutation cube, which was used in Diablo 2 and 3 for crafting and enhancing gear, and this is where you would put words.
I miss having my fucking transmog fucking cube. I think it was a lot simpler to just let me do shit my fucking self, and because, like, there's no reason really to go to a jeweler and get your, because I didn't like that in Diablo 3 either. Just give me the shit, give me the cube, and let me transmutate the jewels and glyphs and stuff myself. I'm hoping that we get glyphs and set pieces soon, because so far I've been largely, that's probably the most disappointing thing about Diablo 4 is all the gear is uninspiring and I don't care about it. So hopefully we get some more cool stuff soon, because you can kind of feel that we didn't get the whole game yet and we're waiting for updates. And the way that they're doing seasons, also they're going to have like storyline elements in the seasons too, and there's already 2 DLC expansion packs, as I like to call them, for these games. They're already going on 2 expansion packs for this game. So I'm hoping that they do like 3 or 4, because really what I want in a game, my personal opinion, I want Diablo 4. I want a Diablo MMO. That'd be so much fun. I think it's an MMO game worthy game. I think the world is big enough for it, and you can make the world bigger as time moves on. Anywho, playing the video.
Leg in the Town of Tome portal together to enter the cow level. This one is theoretically found in the Dry Steppes, and potentially specifically during Helltide, but that is a little bit unconfirmed. Data miners have just noticed a bit of a correlation there between the area and the Helltide. That said, you cleanse each of these different relics in the fountain, and then you will be given a secret key, specifically called the Strange Key. It does not tell you what it unlocks, but it does tell you that it has some kind of power. And if you look at the shape itself, well, the key clearly has a C as a part of the shape. C for cow, cow level. It adds up really too well. Essentially, this is the next step. It is not the final step though, because we actually
calamari.
do know
Maybe we
what
got a
this
squid
should
level.
unlock, and that is a specific cellar that is in the game files but not visible to anyone in the game currently because we don't have the key, which is called the Forlorn Hovel. Where is this? On the eastern tip of Skosglen. Who told us to cleanse the relics? The Oxen God of the East. What does the eastern tip of Skosglen look like? The head of a goddamn cow.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think that is reaching, because they outlined the cow, and it's kind of like the conspiracy theorist mentality. You're seeing only what you want to see. I don't think it's really in the shape of a cow. Like, nah, I'm not buying that.
In this area over here, there are a bunch of cows. Again, it is just so fitting. Of course there's cows here. Why would there not be cows here? And in theory, if you have the key, you will see the cellar in this area. Once you enter the cellar, we don't know what happens yet. It is believed that this won't just straight up lead right to the cow level itself, but there is at least one more step within the cellar. One somewhat obscure thing that you have to do within it to make the cow level appear. But that's everything that we know so far, thanks to the data miners and the tireless hours of cow level searching from thousands of players who just want to help unravel the mystery. Now that you know all of this, keep your eyes out. Hey, maybe one of you has picked up one of these relics and didn't even realize it, right? You never know. You could become the first person to find one of the most legendary parts of Diablo 4, the secret hidden cow level. Honestly, I love stuff like this. This is just like a giant puzzle that the whole community is coming together to solve one little bit at a time. In previous Diablo games, it was a lot simpler to actually reach these secret levels, and in comparison, it seems as though the path to the cow level is much harder to achieve. You can argue that it is entirely due to the era that we are in, where in Diablo 2 it was just combining a couple of items post-story. In Diablo 3 it was crafting a very specific polearm that required a lot of luck, and then you're off to the races. In Diablo 4, the process seems to be quite arduous in comparison, and I have to imagine that is simply because, well, data miners not only exist, but are very commonplace now, and so if you want something to be relatively secret in your video game, to be hard to access, or at least unknown to the community for a while, you really have to bury it deep in those files. You have to make it difficult for anyone to connect the dots, and the result is a sort of a real-time investigation by a large number of players, all just working together, spending time with each other, and really building camaraderie over one specific concept, wanting to slaughter field after field of helpless cowmen with polearms. I hope you've enjoyed this breakdown of the search for the cow level so far then, everyone, and let me know if you want to stay updated on any future breakthroughs on this concept. Of course, when the cow level is actually found, we'll definitely be talking about that in greater detail, but for now it's hard to know if it even is currently accessible in the current version of the game until someone makes some more progress in collecting all of these relics. The rarity of this is insane to me. I love love things like this in video games, and I know a lot of you do too. That's it for now
Do
then.
too.
Like if you like the video, subscribe to the notification bell for more, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, stay sweet.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the video.
Alright, I like this guy's stuff. You guys should go ahead and sub to Rage Gaming Videos. Cool fucking channel. Yeah. I think he made a really good point about the timeline, time of what kind of time we are in these days. But I hope that there's a secret level. It would be kind of just, honestly, without a secret level, it's going to be disappointing if we don't actually have one, because there's a lot of really great content in there, but you can sort of tell that there is a lot of cut content and content to come out in future expansions and shit. And I kind of wish that weren't the case. I love the amount that we have, but, you know, we could have a little bit more. But anyway,